how soon or closer are they? I mean, that one AMA Wes was talking about a while ago, like how, we've been working with Coinbase from early on, and they, it'd be easy to implement our stuff. And then, then FTX happened.
Oh, yeah. FTX
so then they forgot they even dealt with Theta and Wes and dealing with this stuff. Right.
They got too busy listing Pepe on Coinbase.
Yeah. There's complete shit coins.
Yeah. Total.
Encrusted in shit listed on Coinbase. But somehow these geniuses can't figure out how to get listed on there.
This week episode is brought to you by None of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad, only Nona decides who gets the sauce.
Hey, Mags, have you heard about the Pog Hub?
Pog Hub? No, what's that?
Pog Hub. It's the new Pog Embassy from our friends Kyler over at Pog Digital.
They got a Pog Hub?
They got a Pog Hub, man. You can go there. All it takes is an email address. You sign up. It's as easy as that. And then from there, connect your Twitter account, and you got daily social quests that you can use to get some points.
What are these points you speak of?
Right now, these are just Pog points. And right now, there is the ability to open up some Pog loot packs. And if you're feeling like a gamble, you can go ahead and rip them open. Some have points in them. Some have Discord roles. Maybe in the future there'll be more.
Oh, you'd think Pog being a proud sponsor of the Pinecast, I'd know about this.
You would think so. I did happen to notice that the Poppin' Mags intern was on it.
The intern was on it?
That's correct.
And I knew nothing about it.
Doesn't surprise me. Hop on over to hub.pogdigital.com and check it out today.
Poppin's poppin' and lockin', Magnum scrutinizing. Poppin' Mags Podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 31 of the Zilly Award-winning Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, great to have you back.
2-time Zilly Award-winning.
Oh, what?
Are you trying to shortchange us? Some accolades? Accolades? Yeah,
no,
we
that's
won.
Great.
Did you hear about this?
I didn't really hear anything much about what happened at ThetaCon. No one kept me in the loop.
Fucking interns, man. I told them, keep Hopper in the loop.
It's unbelievable.
I had a lot of high-level meetings,
All they did was send me receipt after receipt on the corporate card. They think I'm doing the bookkeeping over here.
What?
Yeah. Money was being spent.
There was?
Somebody didn't listen to last week's episode. Anyway, here we go.
Okay. I did listen. I enjoyed it. I didn't even think I was going to have a job this week.
Well,
it'd be kind of weird. I'm there to accept the Zilly for the Pinecast. For once again, we got the best Pinecast again.
Wow.
It was very narrow category.
Just barely beat out Rob and West 2 again?
No, they don't have anything. That I know of, because I think I would have seen it on Wes's Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
That's where jokes go to die.
Oh boy, we're going there early.
Well, let's right the ship. I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, it was a different. I mean, you know what? I'd say all the different ThetaCons stand on their own in different ways, I guess. Yeah. So this one was no different. That it standed on its own. Probably the most tame ThetaCon that I've been to, considering it's in Vegas. Which is weird.
In Vegas, and probably the most bullish atmosphere of the three. As just talking about like price action in the market lately.
Yes, yeah.
I just feel like right now there's more hope than there was in the last two, right? Like there's actually a feeling of like, we're on the brink of some kind of positive momentum here. So that's kind of surprising to me that it was tame. The fact is it was in Vegas. So
yeah, it was in Vegas. Your boy Mitch and Wes and Jay did the AMA.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you caught any of that or.
Unfortunately, I have not. I did see the snippets that people were talking about on Twitter. Um, I don't know the exact wordings, but it sounded like there was some promises that were made for next year.
I mean,
So
2025. Yeah,
2025,
right.
yeah. So
I,
I don't know if that's Q1 or December 31st,
I think
2025
you
we're
got to go to
talking.
December 31st, but
Yeah,
I think once again it was like it's like they just want those guys to promise the world, Mitch and
yeah,
Wes and stuff like that, and that's what those guys did. And they're like, and so they may have been a little worried, but then now they're not worried. Whatever. Like Mitch was teasing an exchange listing because he goes, I'm gonna answer this. Everyone's talking about when Coinbase. There was a dude that had a when Coinbase shirt.
yeah,
Uh,
Big Dog. That
oh,
was
is that
Big
who it
Dog.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, who let the big dog out? Am I right?
I don't know, but he was looking for an editor. I don't know if you're interested.
I'm not.
And Blaze.
I'm not. But maybe you did a heck of a job.
Oh,
I
absolutely not.
You crushed it, dude. That was great.
Dude, that was the hurry up and edit this thing edit job.
It was great.
There was a few spots I knew needed to get edited. I won't get into that much.
No,
But yeah, it was
but
good.
yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and then I was like, I might have like taken my time that night because I should have known like I had to do a couple things. So of course I
Yeah.
waited to the next day.
Well, I got it to the 2-yard line, right? And then
And then
I didn't
and
punch it in.
but a lot of people say those last 2 yards are the hardest.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could throw a pick, you could throw a game-ending Super Bowl losing pick
Talking about yeah, yeah, it's
instead
a
of giving it to the beast.
well that and which was about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah. While we're watching this live now
Yeah,
of the
and
Seahawks
you
of
know,
Seattle.
I have a vested interest because I am in the playoffs this week against our boy TZC. And dude, what is the when you're in a matchup against somebody playing fantasy football, what is the absolute dirtiest, filthiest thing that you can do to that person?
Um.
Reverse jinx them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he goes, so it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. First round of games start at 1. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Eastern.
have everybody going except for Goff and a wide receiver that's going tomorrow night. So I got like 7 or 8 guys going. He's got like 5 still to go. And I'm up like 50-20. And he's like, looks like it's over. Like, I don't stand a chance or something like that.
That's a dirty dog right there.
Bro,
That's
I
dirty.
got 50 points and I got like all my team going. I told him, I was like, if I had 150, okay, like I get it, but I've got 50 points. And I was in deep trouble until Goff went absolutely nuts and scored 40 plus for me. So that was nice.
Nice.
So now I sit here needing DK Metcalf to not go off, and it all comes down to Monday night, as it should.
Yeah, I haven't really seen DK do much tonight.
No, not yet.
There's still time. That's like a move that I used to do to you all the time.
Yeah, you or your buddy there with the white iPhone.
Oh, Clarence,
Sap.
French Clarence.
No, Sap.
Oh, Sap.
Yeah.
Clarence had a white iPhone too, though.
Did he really?
Yeah, yeah.
Bunch of white iPhone guys, huh? What's up with that?
Clarence, yeah, man,
Speaks loud. That speaks very loudly.
Yeah, that's a statement, and that's back when like now that I think there's a few more color options, but then it was like
it used to be just black or white.
Black. It used to be just black, and then they had white for a little bit, and I mean they still do, but yeah, that's a bold move for a guy who talks a lot of shit in fantasy football to fucking get on me but he's the one with the white iPhone.
Yeah, and how about remember that auction? He's like Aaron Rodgers 50.
Yeah, that was Kev's house.
Yeah, and then nobody else said anything. It was like, all right, 1, 2, 3, God, you take him. Like you just overbid by like $38. Then he was like furious, and somehow we all ended up getting a couple bucks, and you got like $15 or something.
I
like
got
that
more because I refused his throwing Rogers back in the draft pool and then paying everyone, and
that was
I
wild.
wanted more, so should have
That
held
was
out.
wild.
Anyways,
Good times.
yeah,
Good times.
yeah. So, the AMA though, like, mass adoption 2025.
Awesome.
I don't know what that looks like. Yeah,
Looks like a bunch of South Korean universities signing up one at a time.
I mean, because remember when the South Koreans came on because we got those Samsung phones and we got those bullshit Samsung NFTs?
They're like, yeah,
And it was
tons of them.
gonna be huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But man, I
It'd
just
be
don't.
nice to see if there was something that came of that, but man, that was ages ago, it feels like.
Well, yeah, like what came out of now Theta's in the t-shirt business. Right? Like that was that big announcement that Mitch put out that now they're doing t-shirts. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I know 5 people were excited about that. But I think like they're talking. I think, I mean, yeah, Theta could do well.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's being managed really well. They seemed like they were gunning after a lot of like negative comments, and they think they justified them. I disagree. I don't think they justified them at all. There was one about, man, they all 3 of those guys were really ticked. Mostly though, like Wes and Mitch, about saying like, oh, because AI is the next big thing, and we just pivoted our business model like over.
Right.
And it's not like that at all, guys. It's there's all the customers that are looking, having like AI exploratory committees or something like, do we need to have AI? Well, who fucking had it for them? So like you've taken money out, but then you had a committee, you decided that you were going to do this. It's just they're basically trying to say no, like this was the plan all the whole time, essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't think so. I think we were talking before, and it just seems like it's a coincidence, right?
Yeah, I mean, to me, they were set up in a way where they could pivot to this and use the technology that they were building to do that, right? So they got lucky with this edge cloud setup. I mean, the edge cloud, let's be real, the edge cloud was not developed to use with AI. Like that wasn't their thought process at all. It was video delivery, right? It's all of this last mile stuff, the data TV and all, and,
Liver TV,
Sliver, right? And token gated access to shows and events live, right? That's how it started. And then, I mean, listen, it was smart of them to pivot to AI because they were able to use the infrastructure that they built to do so. It wasn't much of an ad. Like they're just able to use this technology that they have in their pocket to pivot over. And I'll tell you, it's a good idea, but don't tell me that was the plan from the beginning. You think we're all stupid? Like that's ridiculous.
What is that thing they say? Maybe I'm butchering it, but it's like, don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Right? Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the plan the whole time. No, it wasn't the plan. And then it's so shady because back to this when Coinbase thing.
Yeah.
They addressed this, okay?
How?
And
they said it was on Coinbase's plate. Give me a break. That's stupid.
Oh, well, it's still there. It's according to MLU, it's still there. But so he was like, when Coinbase, I'm sick of this, I'm gonna answer it. He goes, we're gonna be listed on a major exchange 2025. Notice he didn't say Coinbase. But then he's going back and then he was like, not saying not Coinbase, but I don't think Coinbase is gonna be first. So once again, we fucking called it, not on Coinbase. No sooner closer are they. I mean, that one AMA Wes was talking about a while ago, like how, we've been working with Coinbase from early on, and they, it'd be easy to implement our stuff over there. And then, then FTX happens.
Oh, yeah.
So then they forgot they even dealt with Theta and Wes and dealing with this stuff.
Right.
Right. And then
They got too busy listing Pepe on Coinbase.
Yeah,
to get Theta.
there's complete shit coins.
Yeah, total
Encrusted in shit listed on Coinbase. But
yeah.
but somehow these geniuses can't figure out how to get listed on there. So then they try to say one thing and then it sounds like that saying it's going to be Robinhood.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with Robinhood or the whole GameStop
Oh yeah.
thing, where like Robinhood was this historical figure, right? And
Yeah.
he took from the rich and gave to the poor.
Correct.
So they had this Robinhood platform, and you can buy meme coins on fucking Robinhood. But
Unbelievable.
I don't know if I don't think you can send them though or own them, right? But
yeah, I don't know exactly how that works. I think it's non-custodial, right? You don't get keys to it. It's just
right.
your own. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think you would have to like sell it and get the cash.
Right.
Like
you
the
can't
same thing with
send
the
it off of there.
stocks. Like
Yeah.
you don't like really own those stocks.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not sending you stock certificates in the mail.
No. Like you can vote on stuff, I think. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. But the point is like they double down and because the people that were funding them were the people that were trying to screw over the retail investors who were investing in GameStop, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they got slapped with their pants down and then they came up with some requirement that they needed to have certain amount of like money on hand and they couldn't do it. So of course they got money from the people that owe them money or owe the market money because all these fucking shorts that they were doing, all the short sellers. So
yeah.
But yeah, let's bring Theta on there. I mean, it honestly makes complete sense, right?
I mean, it gives people access to it.
If you can't buy Theta on a real exchange, right?
Yeah.
You can't do it. Robinhood's the perfect platform because you don't fucking own it anyway. So once again, you're not addressing the issue of you can't buy Theta in the US. It's
right.
You know what I mean?
And my question is, how does Robinhood back it? Like, do they actually have the physical Theta? Like, I'm not obviously not physical, but do they actually go and get Theta and hold it in order to sell this stuff? Like, how does that side of it work? I wonder.
I don't know, but your boy Mitch was talking about how one he was saying just because and if Bitch Lou is listening or any other investigators, like Mitch was saying something about like, oh, just because we moved 20, all this Theta to a different Binance wallet, that doesn't mean it's us that's selling it or some fucking nonsense.
Oh, sure.
Right. Because that makes no sense.
Yeah, no. It's not me selling from my wallet, guys. That's somebody else.
Right. Yeah, that's just, I mean, once again, like, thinks we're stupid,
Yeah.
Once again, I think it's time for a change in CEO because this guy is not cutting it at all. But he basically was like, what the hell was I just saying?
I think you were reading off our intern's notes.
Yeah, I can't read this guy's notes. What was it? Oh, so like they unstake every year, and they might be unstaking more this coming year. But people know or something. They said they usually unstake, I think, in August or something. I'm sure I'll get fact checked because I mean, yeah, they have bills, right? Their business, and they got to pay. Which is fine. But I guess what they're selling, what they're moving. But I don't know. Maybe if that has to do with, hey, we're going to be unstaking more because they need liquidity over on Robinhood or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to guess at this point, but
that could be. I mean, the problem is if they're unstaking to pay operating expenses, there's only so long that's going to last. Eventually, you have to have your own revenue in order to support a business, but that's a different story.
I'm not a CEO, so I wouldn't know that.
And we're not stockholders by owning Theta, so no one will ever know that. It's a privately held company, right? So they don't have to share anything with us. So we're just left in the dark. But
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I don't know why people are okay with the current way this place is being managed, and just like fanboying out over these people. I don't get. Just like do the fucking job, and they got more excuses than who do we know that does a lot of excuses? But they got a lot of excuses, and I don't know about the results, but they got you can print T-shirts out, I guess, with Theta, so I guess it's all good.
Well, I mean, there is. I still, maybe I'm naive, but I do still feel like there is opportunity here, but the right thing needs to be done, and it needs to be done timely, and it needs, you're only going to have so long of a window to be open for this AI push until we're on to the next thing, right? So if this is what we're truly after, then you need to hit it. You need to strike while the iron's hot, and let's do it now. So were you able to get any further clarity on our friends at Imagine Replay while you were there?
I figured you were going to ask me that. I didn't talk to them, and I think they were on the main stage once, and they had a breakout room another time. The saw the CEO. He was whatever his name is. He was at the happy hour. Nobody was talking to him because I don't know why the fuck they would.
Yeah.
I think I might have heard he was saying that you could withdraw replay with a VPN. I guess so. If you're in the U.S.,
Not financial advice.
you can. Well, so I did this. I was playing around with it, and I did this, and I got it, but I can't fucking do anything with it.
Yeah, right.
There's no liquidity on ThetaSwap, and I could be wrong, but like I think it was like you can't even move it over to ETH because they haven't published that how to bridge it over to ETH. So what the fuck are they doing? So
I have no idea.
they need to. I mean, I'm not listening to anything they say until they can actually produce and make stuff right. And it doesn't sound like they want to do that. They want to do the other thing, which is the thing that why like we're so negative, because everyone doesn't want to do the right thing for the most part. A lot of people. There's people like Pog, people like HGH, right? Like they want to do the right thing, but I don't. Everything else is just like they're just stringing us along. So
Well, not everything else, but those are two good ones.
those are two good.
So now, speaking of Pog, why don't we just head over to
Pog Corner?
Yeah.
Pog Corner.
There you go. Dude, you got to tell me, Top Golf, how'd it go?
I didn't
with
get to
the
play.
Pog team?
I didn't get to play.
Now, hold on. Was this a driving range experience, or was this mini golf?
No, it's like a driving range, but
into like a projector, so you're playing.
No, it's like a driving, it's like a real driving range, but
Okay.
there's like different holes and it tracks where it goes.
Oh, you're actually
in
hitting it. You're
different
not hitting it
distances.
into a screen.
You technically could hit into the screen just like you could in a driving range, but there's
Okay.
holes.
All right.
So it's out there. It could hit the back of the screen, come back, but I mean it's like set up like a driving range.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was a good time?
Yeah, I had a good time. I didn't play. I'm just a chatty Cathy. I mean, then again, like I think
you didn't want to show up, Kyler.
Well, no, and it was, I don't, I'm so humble. Like
I know.
I was the only, that was before the Zillies. I'm the only Zilly winner, and it's just like, oh, like don't, guys, I'm just like you.
Yeah.
I put my pants on,
one leg at a time.
One leg at a time. So like.
But once they're on, I make gold records.
But like, just relax. Like, I'm just like you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people want to talk. I mean, I'm embarrassed because how famous I am, but it was good. I enjoyed. I got to talk to like everyone there. Everyone was really cool. I wish Theta York made it out there, but
yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. Well, it seems like you are no longer the only Zilly Award winner of that group.
No.
Pogs had quite a night there at the Zillies.
Pogs had quite a night. They won 2, and they presented to another Zilly Award winner.
So they won Most Promising Project.
Yep.
They won what else?
Best use of Theta Tech.
Best use of Theta Tech. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw that friend of the Pinecast, personal friend of ours as well, one of the best guys that I know in Theta. I mean, I know a lot, but he's in the handful. Our boy Char.
Ooh, yeah.
How you doing? Happy to hear he won his. That's great.
Yeah, that was finally.
He should be a two-timer, honestly.
He should be a two-timer, but it's our boy Blaze is so humble. He nominated Char.
What a guy.
Because I mean, did anyone else nominate Char? I mean,
I'm sure he was the only one that did it.
He's probably the only one that nominated Char.
Yeah.
But no, Char does good work on the boards, as we would say.
Yes, he does.
And, yeah, he's a good dude.
Great guy to have on your team, no doubt about it. Happy for him. Congrats on that, Char. And then who was the last one? Was there one other one?
There was 5. Yeah. Best Theta Advocate.
So I don't quite understand this one. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a great Theta advocate, but isn't that kind of his job? Is he? I don't know. Maybe I'm confused.
No, I mean, well, I guess it sounds like he gets some kind of compensation from Theta to be a liaison, community liaison, right? That's what he is.
Yeah,
but that seems like if you're a community liaison for a project, well, of course you'd be an advocate, but
right. I guess this is just vindication that he's the right guy for the job, possibly, right?
Yeah,
because he certainly is a great Theta advocate. I don't think
sure.
anyone's arguing that.
No, it's I mean, people are just gonna point stuff out. That's all, right? Like
that's what we do.
No, he won.
That's how we get sued.
There's no issues with that.
No.
Yeah. So that was. I mean, he's a shy guy.
Pogger too.
He's a pogger. Yeah. He's kind of shy. Like he didn't even say anything. He was just so I don't know, nervous maybe. I should talk. I was nervous too. My co-host didn't show up, so I'd accept our award by myself.
What a lame dude.
Yeah, and our girl Jordan. Did you hear about this thing she screened?
I heard more than I wanted to hear. I don't. Jordan, why are you bringing pornography into ThetaCon? Seriously,
I wouldn't consider pornography, but
okay,
is definitely suggestive. I mean, others would argue, Jordan, why don't you bring in enough porno to ThetaCon, right? So, you can't win.
Well, you can. But
oh, you can. Okay. Well,
we just don't know what that's like.
That was entertaining. Yeah. And then so I think that covers the Zillies.
Yeah, well, that was part of Pod. I mean, Pod Corner is also
Corner.
now like Zilly Corner here. But now, just today, actually, there was announcement, major announcement at that,
major
from the man himself, Tech Gentleman, and there is a physical slammer drop coming. Looks like it's on Magic Eden.
Oh, it is on Magic Eden.
It is on Magic Eden. So you got 24 karat gold plated slammers.
Ooh.
You got 10 pure silver slammers, and you got one pure 14 karat gold centerpiece valued at $5,000. So, your odds are 1 out of 222. Looks like they're minting on December 19th,
of this year.
Is this coming Thursday.
Oh.
So get ready. And they're minting for 0.69 Solana.
Ooh. It's affordable.
Saucy number. Now, it looks like there is a couple rounds of white lists coming for Founder Collections holders. So there's going to be 122 public mints at least. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. I mean, be great to get that gold one. I'm still holding out on the original gold slammer that was for people that just
I think I feel like he talked about that, but I don't remember.
Okay. That's great.
I feel like he addressed that somehow. So maybe I'll ask about that on a space.
Okay.
Because once again, like the interns, I think we've asked them multiple times to find that out, but I think they're trying to blame the POG term, but I don't buy it.
These current interns, I'm on my last string with them.
You're on your last cardboard straw.
Save the earth. I did see that Nothing Flash, our boy,
friend of the Pinecast.
Yeah.
He
got a hobby box delivered to him into Down Under.
Down Under.
And did you see what was in that hobby box?
I did not.
A gold slammer.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Well, he is a
I don't know if that's a gold plater. I don't know what the deal is, but he opened it up and it was right there on top.
I think I don't know. I could be wrong, but like there's benefits to being holding all the Fountain Poggers Pogs.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's got a double 2 times, right?
Yeah. So I sent you a package which includes some of the stuff that he gave me for you. I think you're gonna love it.
Oh, I haven't got it.
Because I just sent that out a couple days ago.
It's in the mail.
Yeah, you should get it this coming week, possibly, maybe Thursday. Yeah, hopefully nothing breaks. But in there, I figured you didn't want it. He gave us some Vegemite, so of course. And the fucker had a Vegemite shirt on, which was funny. I was like, "What the? It says Vegemite." It was like loud too. It was like,
who did?
Nothing Flash.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that is awesome. I didn't realize he was there. I must have misread it. I thought that somebody delivered it for him.
Maybe they delivered it to him at ThetaCon. Right?
That's awesome. Oh, wow. That's cool. Vegemite. I will definitely bring that to my holiday gathering with my family and, see what happens. I feel like, is that like an I Love Lucy thing? Like
it's an Australian thing.
I understand that, but I don't know. There was I feel like it was on I Love Lucy. My mom used to watch that all the time. She loved it.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I thought I just hit it. She was like selling it. I mean, it was something different. It was something new.
Okay.
But yeah, she was selling it. She didn't like it at all, and it was actually a funny skit.
Yeah, there was that episode where I Love Lucy worked at the Vegemite plant and in the U.S. Right?
Okay.
No,
we're off track. I don't know. Maybe we're off track here. Yeah, so that's all I had this week for Pog Corner, unless you had something more you wanted to add here.
I'm big fans of Pog Digital and Pog and the Zilly award-winning team they have over there.
Yeah. Did you get to check out any of their spaces that they had while you were there?
Yeah, I caught the tail end. I got caught up in I think Air, was it? The like streaming radio podcast platform. I was listening to that a bit and forgot about the Pog stuff. So I caught the end of the Pog stuff, which was good.
Cool. Yeah. I saw these coffee cups circulating on the internet.
Really?
Yeah. Looked like it was like me and you, but then I was gone.
What?
And looks like Andrea was in place, smoking my cigarette, and over my name was like Andrea in Vegas Lights. Andrea and Max.
In like a marquee. Yeah. I don't know. I gave the interns like the same thing, and I don't know what happened with that.
So how'd the live showing go?
It went well, I think. Jerry showed up. Shout out.
Jerry.
Possibly friend of the Pinecast. I don't know. Jerry showed up. I don't want to get too much into it because it's like you had to, what happens on the Pinecast stays on the Pinecast, right? So
well, that's not true whatsoever.
And when at ThetaCon, it's usually true. Audio winds up going lost, right?
I mean, every year of a live broadcast at DataCon has been a total disaster for one reason or another.
I'd say this one went a bit smoother. Um, shout out Amy and Sarah. So they scheduled it. I wish we were a bit closer to where the happy hour was, but we had to wait to happy hour. But they made sure we had the mugs all set up, so we didn't have to do that before the show, and we could like enjoy maximum happy hour.
Well, you made them do all the work. Why don't you get the interns to do that?
Dude, I didn't see them once. I think they were
kidding me?
It was a boondoggle. They I don't know what dude, I don't even think I saw those motherfuckers. They they weren't at the venue once, I don't think.
Wow.
So I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But sounds like they had a good time.
Yeah, I guess so. On our dime. Cool. All right. So I know you just you've been traveling around the world these past week and a half or so. Have you seen the drop on Data Drop, Neural Havoc?
I did see it.
Yeah.
Tell me more, sir.
Honestly, I don't think I know much more than anybody else other than these NFTs look extremely cool. I know there's a game behind it. It's overall part of the Syndicate experience with the other symbiote, with Fuse Wars, and I know there's some other games that had been being worked on in the background. So yeah, this looks like, I think this is more up my alley. I believe it's like a one player. Yeah, I mean, I think this game is a little more up my alley. We've talked before. I'm not too much of a player versus player shooter.
Oh, right.
I just never really played those too much.
Sure. Yeah.
Never got into Fortnite or anything like that at all. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this looks cool. I wish would be great if more of them got sold. I feel like that's unfortunate. You know what? It's amazing to me that there are the free ones that were dropped.
The secondaries on that are crazy.
And they just went nuts. But now people aren't buying ones that are going to be able to support the project, right? It's like, right. I just don't understand it. Like, all of the money that was made on those free ones was made by the community. Ivory literally gave the community a giant gift. Like, how people made tons of money on this thing. The cheapest Crucible is selling for $88 right now. The cheapest open one is $40.
Wow.
But they don't want to go on there and buy and support the project for, an actual game. And now the problem is, and it's already started, it's like, oh, I spent so much on these, like, they should be worth something more. Well, that's not how it works, right? Like, they were dropped for free. People chose to value them at what they wanted to value them. Meanwhile, this one's being put out with a price tag. I would think that there's thought that went behind what that price tag is, and everything that Ivory's ever done is with the attempt to bring value to the community. So kind of sucks to see. I don't understand why someone would buy a Crucible for, I mean, the Crucibles were going for over $100, a free drop. But now having a hard time selling these ones for a mint. So I don't quite get it. I grabbed a couple. I did get lucky. Boom, boom. I got a legendary.
Sure you did. Of course. That's
high grade alloy armor. Yeah. No, I paid for it. So you can follow the blockchain and see that it was paid for.
Okay. I believe you.
I know you don't. That's okay. So yeah. And then also shout out HGH. From
HGH Corner?
Well, you had mentioned before, like, Pogs and HGH were the hard workers. I think you throw Ivory in there too.
Yeah.
And there's probably a few others. HGH Corner, he just had on his staking site, there is a short time only availability for Santa Puggy.
What?
Yeah. So go and get it if you want. If you earned some staking points, go get it. I got mine. I wouldn't tell you to go get it if I didn't already get mine, by the way, because I'm trying to collect all those. so far ahead.
I met him at ThetaCon.
Nice.
I got a
He was there?
cool. Yeah, he was there.
I did see that setup. You had that wheel there too. Did you to spin
I
the wheel and win something?
I don't think I was good enough for the wheel, but I got like a little a cool some sweat some merch, and then I got a T-shirt too, so it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So no, it's good.
Where on the scale of T-shirts, where does that one fall in?
I didn't really touch any of the T-shirts. I just kind of packed them away. So I didn't. It looked. I think
You
it was.
still got to go through your swag bag.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was pretty nice. The Theta shirts were pretty good too, like the Theta Con shirts.
Oh, really?
I like the material a little bit better on those two. But
Was it more of a jersey material this time?
no, it was just like a really soft. Not like it wasn't like a rough fabric at all. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't
Like
like a Gildan T-shirt.
Sure, not nothing like a Gildan T-shirt.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they make T-shirts.
Yeah, those are a lot of the T-shirts you get, and they're like with stuff stamped on them.
Well, back in the day, like right, everything was like crappy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
Yeah. What else you got?
Yeah, so we got. Do you remember what it used to feel like to open up a pineapple container?
Yeah.
Like in its heyday?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You open up a few, right?
Most of them are floors, but
there's those couple times where it's just like la custom.
yeah.
Or at least something beautiful, right?
Sure. Oh, sure.
I was thinking about it, dude, because the other day, all of these we got a bunch of bananas dropped to us, right? For anybody that bought bananas, got banana containers or whatever they're called, dropped to be opened. And for a while, it just like I had gone on to Skull and Bananas and wasn't able to do anything with it, right? It just wasn't working. But somebody told me that you can just go on to Open Theta and literally hit refresh on the metadata and they open up for you. So I spent the better part of an evening the other night opening or refreshing metadata on some banana drops that I got.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I got like out of a lot, I got like 4 or 5 that I liked. I had opened up a bunch of bananas, and literally out of at least 130, might have been more, I got 4 that I enjoy looking at. The rest of them, yeah. No customs.
But I mean that feels similar to the Pines.
No, it doesn't.
It seems like they're stingier with the customs.
Well, I mean, customs maybe, but at least like the Pines, I didn't just not like most of them.
Yeah, but okay. Did you peel any of those?
No.
Okay.
I didn't spend any time peeling.
But if you did the peel effects, some of them you might like.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, because you can peel them. Is that done through the website?
Should be,
I'm
yeah.
guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, most of them can be peeled, and I will do that. And that's a great idea.
I opened 203.
Ooh.
There was a few I liked, and I actually for a minute thought I got a custom,
Yeah, it
but
did look like one.
it didn't. And not only is it not a custom, it's
It's
like ranked like
very rare.
2500 something. So like it's not even technically rare according to those those rarity standards.
It's basically a Foot Clan soldier put together. You got the Foot Clan head, the Foot Clan torso,
Yeah.
but then you got like none on a lot of the stuff, and
Well,
just a
it's,
background that's
it's
different.
yeah. So like the only difference between this and the custom is the background.
Ooh.
So yeah. So
Except the nuns count against it, right? And this one, and not the other one.
right. So when we got because remember we got like a different amount of X's of extra ones because initially when it was on ETH and
Yeah.
like they adjusted it because we paid so much and it wasn't minting and so we got like when I got that big bulk drop, I got no customs in that too, and that was a lot. I think that was a couple hundred as well.
Boy. So
But
how many bananas you got?
I got over 400 bananas.
Ooh.
Yeah. I got over 400. I have the custom that we were gifted, and then um I have another custom that I opened early on, Johnny Utah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Right, but I never got any. So it was funny when me and Chief got that last big drop, he pulled two customs, I pulled none. But I saw those comparisons to my luck with pulling customs because with
Yeah.
the bananas because I've opened so many and I've like I think per cap I'm the worst at getting customs. I mean, I guess technically if you never pulled one, it's infinite, but I mean,
Sure.
for the amount I've opened, it's
Well, you also are very high in potassium these days, so.
yeah, and other stuff. So well, anyway, so yeah, you had to do that refresh check to see.
Yep.
I guess if there's people that haven't opened them, so theoretically, I mean,
Just saying.
you could go to unopened ones and refresh them. And then maybe there's a good one you like, and then you can put a bid on it, unopened thing.
Oh.
I'm saying you could.
Oh.
So if somebody, but I think it would show that it was opened,
Yeah, I think so.
but maybe not. Hopefully not. Right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I know you're not a big fan of college football.
It's the worst.
Or are you? I can't remember. Maybe you are.
No, I fucking hate it.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's right.
bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, anyway, besides your nonsense that you're saying there, I think that the playoffs this year for college football, I love it. I think it's really cool. I was just on X, formerly Twitter, and dude, I saw this thing. I was like, "What is this?" It's like this giant, the foil packaging or whatever that is for Pop Tarts, right?
Yo, yeah.
These guys were ripping it open, and apparently one of the college playoff games is called the Pop Tarts Bowl, and it's being played in Orlando. And they unveiled the trophy for it, and it is a football on top, and it looks kind of like your championship trophy, big Pop Tarts thing on the front, a couple of like actual like looks like silver Pop Tarts all around the side of it. But the football on the top has two holes in it, and it's an actual toaster where you can toast your Pop Tarts. So my question for you is, are you a toaster Pop Tart guy, or are you just right out of the bag?
I do them both. I like Pop Tarts. I've had them recently, maybe like a month or so ago, and I usually I'll usually have it without putting it in the toaster first
Uh-huh.
to see what it tastes, and sometimes I like it, and then next then I do regardless if I liked it is it better in the toaster? So then the next one usually goes in the toaster.
Okay.
And then I gauge from there. But then sometimes I just want a cold one, and sometimes I want a hot one. So I don't have a good. I'm not all or nothing on Pop Tarts.
So there's some science behind it then.
Yeah, a lot of science.
I saw one thing, obviously two come in a pack, right? So you're eating two.
Sure.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
You open a pack and you put one in the toaster, and then you eat the other one cold, and then by the time you're done with that one, the other one's ready.
That's a way to do it.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your go-to? Do you have any that you don't like? There's some weird ones out there.
I go with
More standard.
Sometimes the new ones, like, it's package independent, so like I'll gamble on a new one, I guess. But I
Yeah.
don't. So I think a lot of the standard flavors I avoid, just because, like, when I was younger, I've had them, so I know what they taste like. But these more exotic stuff, and sometimes the newer stuff isn't always. These newer crazy flavors aren't always as good, but
yeah, agreed.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, it's a risk you're willing to take.
But I think I like it's like chocolate, and it's got like the white stuff, the white coating.
Like the s'mores? The
Not
s'more
this
one?
s'more one's good, but it's not that one. It's almost like, fuck, I don't know. I have to look at Pop Tarts.
Okay.
But Pop Tarts, they're back.
They're back.
And,
Pog Tarts.
Cookies and cream. I like that one.
Oh, there you go. I mean,
think
you
that's
can't go cookies and cream. You can't go wrong. I don't care what it is.
No. Do you have a go-to?
I don't.
You seem like a strawberry unfrosted guy.
No.
No.
No, not unfrosted.
Oh, okay.
No. I haven't had these in a very long time. But did you ever have the toaster strudels?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I used to love those as a kid. You get your own little pack of icing, and you get to like ice your thing up.
Yeah. Toaster.
That was a bomb.
Who doesn't know toaster strudels? What's her face's dad totally invented toaster strudels too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think Gretchen Wieners, her dad, totally invented toaster strudels.
Oh cool.
You didn't know that?
Al Gore.
No. Yeah, I get. People should, I guess, maybe Pop Tarts is like the word, right? Do we have to do the Pog word, or what, are we doing that?
Pog Tarts.
Pog Tarts.
One word.
What is there a hyphen like in Pop Tarts?
There is a hyphen.
Okay, so spell it there, Chief.
That's a capital POG hyphen capital TARTS.
Okay.
Pog Tarts.
Pog Tarts.
And if you're interested, the Pog Tarts Bowl game, I believe, is December 22nd.
Oh. Speaking of bowl.
Yeah.
So Andrea was doing the podcast, I guess, replacing you.
She was?
Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm sorry. December 28th at 3:30 p.m. in Orlando. My apologies.
So I guess you remember, like, I know you and Andrea are fucking hate cottage cheese, right? Like,
I absolutely despise it. I don't want to see it. And I definitely don't want to see anybody eat it or hear anybody eat it.
So before we started the show, or right as we started the show, I was like, Andrea, before we start, I was wondering if you could just like take a stance on pick one thing or the other. And she goes, absolutely not. And I was like, what? She goes, well, it depends what it is. So she's not a dummy, right? So I was like,
no,
okay.
It's not.
No, definitely not. And so I was like, okay. I go, well, just will you humor me? So at least I got that. And so I presented. I said, so I want you to try one of these. So I pulled out a Twinkie, because she's mentioned to us before that you don't remember, but she doesn't like Twinkies. Or no, she's never had a Twinkie before in her life, which I thought was weird. Because have you had a Twinkie before?
No, I've absolutely had Twinkies before. I'll absolutely not have any more Twinkies though.
Okay. So I had a Twinkie, and then I pulled out. some everything bagel cottage cheese. And I said,
Okay, now if those are my choices, Twinkie.
you
So
know,
I take back what I just said.
so Andrea had her first Twinkie, or a third or a half of a Twinkie. She didn't finish it. She said she was, but she didn't. But she had some of the Twinkie and she liked it. So
Yeah,
promoted on Papa Mags.
yeah. It's been a minute since I've had a Twinkie.
They're not bad.
Yeah,
It's not
they're
like a
not
go-to,
no,
but in a pinch, it's fine.
no. If I'm going just like straight nasty snack, uh, that has good taste to it for sure. For a bit, I'm going other things before that for sure. I mean, who makes those? Is that Hostess? Is
Hostess, yeah.
the Hostess with the
Yeah.
Hostess? Yeah. I mean, you got a million things from Hostess that you go to before you go to get the Twinkies.
Right. So Jerry
Those
and Amy's
cupcakes.
Jerry and Amy's face when I pulled the cottage cheese out, they were more disgusted than.
Did you pull it out of a cooler at least?
No, I pulled it out of my backpack.
Oh, room temperature, even better.
They know. How does anyone know it was room temperature? I
What's in your
mean,
backpack?
I
Oh,
could,
did you run from the freezer? You had it
yeah,
up in the
I might
fridge?
have, yeah. Who knows? But I knew there was no way in hell it could have been frozen solid, and Barry wouldn't have touched that shit. So I had a Twinkie. I actually took all the cottage cheese out, and
Oh, so it wasn't cottage cheese.
it was a disguise for another Twinkie. I hid in that cottage cheese container, and
Brilliant move.
I ate that. So yeah, so she had part of her first Twinkie, I guess. So it was good.
That's funny.
It was good.
Well done. That's
No,
well
yeah, isn't that's I think that's what the people wanted.
The interns must have came up with that. There's no way you thought about that on your own.
No, I did.
Oh, that's
You're,
awesome.
I don't like to take credit for myself too often, but I'll take credit for that.
Yeah, you got to take it on this one.
Yeah. We got anything else?
Well, I did have one last thing. I know me and Swampy.
Great show again. That, if they did like specific episode shows, I might not even be on the podium.
Well, listen, I was hoping that this whole Andrea and Mags thing was going to just kind of take off on its own too, and then I was going to be out of a job at least part of the time.
Yeah.
But seems like Andrea just wants to show up, and
I think if we paid better, she'd probably show up more. Yeah. I mean, you can't live on Twinkies and expired cottage cheese now, can you?
No, I hope you picked her up from the airport and was it a black Escalade in the room temperature and it had to be 72 degrees exactly.
I don't know what that means.
Well, that's from Elf, but okay.
You remember Elf episodes specifically?
Elf, like Elf?
Oh, you definitely said Elf.
I didn't, but okay.
Okay.
Sound like my wife.
Shout out,
telling me what I said.
Team Magnum, shout out Mrs. Popper.
Hey,
friend of the Pinecast.
Edit this out because I'm going to get in trouble for this.
What?
For saying, yeah, okay.
You know what sucks real quick? We had another episode.
What sucks real quick?
We a lot of things, but a few episodes ago, I think it was like, I don't know, it was the Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving or whatever. I cut a lot of the stuff out that like the lasagna comment, that last lasagna, that was cut out. I think the first stuffing thing was cut out, but that was our keyword. I had to make it work. So yeah, some of that got cut out, but I was disappointed, not about the stuffing, which would have been better for continuity, but the whole lasagna, that lasagna comment. I wish that one, but yeah. So anyways,
yeah.
After I don't cut this out, you were saying?
Where were we?
Film? I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's where we started. Wow, this took 80 turns. So yeah, I did have one last thing before we were going to wrap up, and Swamp, like as I was saying, Swampy and I covered it a bit last week. But I was curious if you had any further contact with Jason Dorks, or if you had any opinion of your own on this whole $ film debacle that's going on.
Dude, you guys fucking nailed that last week, I have to say.
Well, I mean, we tried. We certainly tried. We aren't as up on it as Mr. Dorks, Jason is. And I did want to make sure that we gave it the proper information behind it. Like, we're not making stuff up here, right? So
yeah. No, so that was, you hit that. It was perfect. I was so glad you talked about it because I didn't give you any notes. I was too busy, big timing it up in Vegas.
Yeah.
I can't believe you got fucking frontman. I can't believe that.
He actually reached out to me, dying to get on. I'm just kidding. No,
that's bullshit.
He didn't.
That's bullshit.
No, he didn't. But I did feel like it was a safe bet because he usually calls me, and when he calls me, it's like I feel like it's 3:00 my time, and he's in like the pickup line for school. Dude, this guy he picks up his kids from school, which that's cool with me.
Yeah.
But he has to show up like an hour early to get in line to pick them up. It's out of control.
Yeah. No, I've talked to him picking up the kids.
I'm sure that that's his. It's like when my brother's going to take a dump. That's when he calls me. When Swampy gets in line to go get his kids, that's when he calls me. All right, man. Well, that's pretty much all I had. Listen, glad you had a great time. Glad you're back safe, and enjoy a nice sleep in your bed tonight.
I know it's gonna be good. You think so? ThetaCon's going to hiatus.
I did hear that. So no ThetaCon 25, which is a little disappointing.
I mean, I guess Theta EuroCon's going on this summer.
Oh, it is.
I'm here in Berlin. Are you going to Berlin? Or did I just got to message Mrs. Popper and ask if you're going to Berlin?
If I'm going to Berlin, it's not just for ThetaCon. You know what I mean? Like this is a trip. I got family in those areas, so I would be piggybacking that. So I'm not saying no, but I don't know anything about it, when it is or anything, and we'll see what happens. Listen, if I heard promises about Theta going to $100 were made at ThetaCon, so if that happens, then I'll be going to Berlin.
Okay. Well, there's got to be some amount it needs to be at.
For sure, and it's not $3.
No. I asked, like, hey, is there going to be Zillies next year? Not for me. I wasn't asking for me. I was asking because, like, Kyler was worried about it because he was like, oh, it's,
and he's way too humble to ask that.
Yeah, so I would, but I'd ask on behalf of Kyler, friend of my guest. Fair. Yeah, so like, would they be doing anything? So maybe, I mean, they could do a virtual community Zillies or something like that. But yeah, that'd be cool. Do you think, depending on where Theta's at, you'd go to a ThetaCon 2026?
I'm not ruling it out at all.
Okay.
No. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
So put you down for a maybe for Berlin.
Yeah.
And then we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, exactly. Cool. All right.
Yep.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Well, good stuff. Glad you're back. Good to have you. Good to hear from you.
Good to be heard from.
I'm sure it is. And you know what? We'll see you on the boards.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. All right, man. Later.
All right. Catch you later, dude.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Pam's Day Spa.